Imagine something that had the ability to fly in space, underwater, and in our atmosphere at 13,000 miles an hour and change directions instantly. We fly the SR-71 at 3,200 miles an hour. If you wanted to take a right-hand turn, it would take you roughly half the state of Ohio to do it. And yet what we're seeing are objects that can do 90-degree turns instantly. And we're not talking about speeds of 3,200 miles an hour. They've been clocked at over 13,000. The question arises, how is that possible?
I was shown 3 videos of UFOs, and these were official Department of Defense videos that were, without question, unexplained objects.
Did you talk to moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay.
She ran through the videos, and she asked me, are these authentic? And I said, I can tell you that the videos are authentic. And the only reason why I'm telling you this is because they're unclassified. I facilitated the review process for them through the Department of Defense.
2 of them had audio tapes of the pilots exclaiming about what they were seeing and their shock and their awe and everything else. This was just absolutely stunning to me because there have been no official videos of UFOs released. I don't think ever, but certainly not since way back in the 50s or 60s. And they were official. That's the thing.
UFO sightings burst into the news in 1947.
Where's all the intelligence data? These sightings have continued ever since.
The Air Force made an effort to clear the air about the phenomenon.
There's nothing to hide at all.
I was stunned that we didn't have the integrity to pursue this.
This government closed its study of UFOs.
And so the work fell into the hands of civilian groups.
The UFO reports not only exist, but persist.
I mean, it's a definite UFO.
The government owes it to this country to investigate sightings of extraordinary objects.
They cover the whole entire sky.
People want to know, is this otherworldly?
This could be one of the biggest events in all of human history. Close your eyes and imagine a long cylindrical white object with rounded ends, roughly 40 feet long, that looked like a giant Tic Tac. It had no windows, no wings, no visual signs of propulsion.
This particular object was not following any of our rules. It just seemed to zip so quickly that it was, again, really disorienting, really confusing for us.
David said it was the WTF moment.
Oh, there were definitely some WTFs on the radio.
You know, some people go, what is that? And they run, and then some people see it, what is that? And they're curious. I wanted to get closer, see what it was.
My lead, Commander David Fravor, he says I'm in, which means that he's engaging with this thing.
The Tic Tac goes and turns and starts coming up.
There's like this thing. It's rotating.
At the end of the interview with Senator Reid, I walked out of the Bellagio, and there's a bridge from the Bellagio over the Strip to whatever is on the other side, and it's a pedestrian bridge. And I called Leslie and Ralph, and they were on the phone with Lou, so we're in this 4-way phone call, and I was like, he confirmed everything.
Harry Reid had never spoken out before about this program, so this was like the first moment in which he came out on the topic, and that was a big deal.
We were ecstatic because that moment we knew we had it. It's like no matter what happens next, we have the story.
ATIP was the deliberate and purposeful study of unidentified aerial vehicles that were being encountered in controlled U.S. We've been looking at this topic for the last 70 years as a country.
You're not taught this in history class, but we had a phenomenal series of UFO sightings directly over the nation's capital in July 1952 on 2 successive weekends.
Think of fighter aircraft and military eyewitnesses. These pilots are not only trained observers, but they are some of the best aircraft pilots on the planet, operating some of the most sophisticated weapon systems on the planet. When they're telling you that they are encountering something that they cannot describe that impacts our national security and our ability to respond to a perceived threat.
There's no doubt that there are objects that are seen that behave in ways that are not natural for this planet or for this environment. This is a phenomenon we do not yet understand. There are many things in the universe that we do not understand, but it asks us to investigate, to learn more.
We have the means and the capability to do that if we set our minds to it as a nation.